Archaeology is a pretty peculiar profession. You spend most of your career searching for things without ever knowing exactly what you'll discover once you start digging. Most of the time, you come across objects and artifacts that can be explained with careful study and a bit of research. But every once in a while, what you find leaves even experts completely stumped. This video is all about those unexplained discoveries. So, sit back, relax, and let's uncover what defies belief. Number 15. The mysterious Egyptian alabaster tablet. Some artifacts arrive without a past, carrying questions instead of answers. And one such object appeared in records at a Swedish museum in 1830, but radiocarbon testing later revealed it was nearly 5,000 years old. The ancient artifact is a circular alabaster tablet, carved with Egyptian hieroglyphs that defy easy interpretation. Its origins remain unknown. There are no excavation records, and no similar object has ever been discovered. The tablet features a series of shallow circular wells, leading some researchers to suggest it once held oils or incense. But its size, which is about over 2 feet in diameter, makes that explanation impractical. Others argue the design resembles something far more complex, even likening it to a primitive control panel. Egyptologists have struggled to decode the symbols, finding no clear ritual or functional parallel. Without context, the tablet refuses classification. It stands alone, suspended between utility and symbolism. Who made it, why it existed, and how it traveled remain unanswered questions. Number 14. The Tassili mushroom figure. There are plenty of things our ancient ancestors made that we still can't explain. But when you see this, the confusion feels unavoidable. The Tassili mushroom figure was found in Algeria's Tassili Niger Plateau and dates back to the Neolithic era. It shows a humanoid figure covered in mushroom shapes that appear to grow directly from its body. Historians believe the image represents a shaman in the middle of a hallucinogenic ritual. The mushrooms are commonly interpreted as psychoactive, suggesting intentional use of mind-altering substances. If that interpretation is correct, the artwork may be the oldest visual evidence of humans consuming hallucinogens. The rock art of Tassili was first documented in the early 20th century, with further discoveries made during the 1930s and 1960s. While mushroom imagery appears in other ancient cultures, nothing matches the clarity or intensity of this figure. The form looks active, changed, as if caught mid-vision. Beyond drug use, the image may point to spiritual transformation or altered consciousness. But who made them is a mystery we can't crack. Number 13. The Hongshan jade figures. The Hongshan culture is one of archaeology's most mysterious civilizations, just like the Indus Valley. They were active during China's Neolithic period near the Liao River, but left behind almost no written record of their existence. What they did leave, however, was jade. Their sculptures are unlike anything else from the ancient world. Carved with incredible precision, the figures depict humanoid forms that don't appear fully human. Some resemble dragons, others suggest animals like deer, while many bear an unsettling resemblance to modern depictions of extraterrestrials. The absence of context makes interpretation nearly impossible. Without myths, texts, or ceremonial explanations, scholars can only speculate about their meaning. Were these simply spiritual symbols, totemic representations, abstract expressions of belief, or something entirely misunderstood? The craftsmanship shows advanced skill and deep cultural importance, yet the purpose remains hidden. The jade figures survive as silent witnesses to a civilization that vanished without explanation, leaving questions that may never find answers. Number 12. Mysterious seabed tracks. Well, as most people think, archaeology isn't always about dusty monuments and broken bones. Sometimes it pulls you into places no human has ever stood. Thanks to modern robotic diving technology, Scientists can now explore the deepest parts of the ocean floor with unprecedented clarity. And what they're finding down there doesn't always come with easy answers. One of the strangest discoveries ever recorded lies deep in the Pacific Ocean. There are more than 3,500 massive indentations that stretch across the seabed, each measuring roughly 6 feet long and 8 inches deep. These bizarre markings were first observed back in August 2018 within the Clarion-Clipperton Zone, a remote area between Hawaii and Mexico. Marine biologists quickly ruled out random geological activity. The tracks curve, twist, and wander, forming patterns that resemble enormous footprints. The marks sit nearly 12,000 feet below the surface, a depth where immense pressure should make life of that size impossible. And no known organism could survive there, let alone carve such precise impressions. And yet, the evidence is unexplained. Number 11. The Tula Giants. These weird-looking, towering stone figures known as the Tula Giants in Mexico stand silently atop a raised platform overlooking the surrounding landscape. Also called the Atlantes of Tula, these massive statues have been exposed to the open air for centuries, yet much about them remains totally unclear. They were erected by the Toltec civilization sometime between the 10th and 12th centuries and appear dressed as warriors, complete with weapons and ceremonial armor. Their elevated position suggests they may have served as guardians or warnings to potential invaders. If intimidation was the goal, history shows it failed. The Toltec civilization collapsed in the 12th century after repeated invasions by rival tribes. Later, the Aztecs regarded the statues with deep reverence, seeing them as relics of a legendary past. Unfortunately, the true meaning behind the figures was lost forever when Aztec Emperor Itzcoatl ordered the destruction of all pre-Aztec historical records, erasing vital context and silencing the stones. Number 10. The Dunhuang Star Chart. Well, ancient travelers along the ancient Silk Road once passed a quiet cluster of caves carved into cliffs near Dunhuang, China. And as of now, they're empty. But for centuries, they served as sacred spaces where Buddhist monks prayed before dangerous journeys. Known as the Mogao Caves, their existence was never hidden. What remained secret was what lay sealed behind a hidden wall. In 1900, a Taoist monk named Wang Yuanlu stumbled upon a concealed chamber while exploring the caves. Inside sat more than 40,000 documents covering medicine, art, religion, and science. Among them was a treasure beyond measure, the Dunhuang Star Chart. It was made around the year 700, and it's the oldest known star map in human history. The chart accurately plots celestial positions as they appeared at the time, even including stars invisible to the naked eye. There is no explanation for how its unknown creator possessed such advanced astronomical knowledge. This map is still one of history's quietest scientific miracles. Number 9. The Golden Rhinoceros of Mapungubwe. Well, you don't need a specialist training to understand what this golden rhinoceros represents. The clue sits plainly in its name. This tiny artifact originated from the kingdom of Mapungubwe, a powerful society that thrived in southern Africa between the 11th and 13th centuries. Despite its small size, the rhinoceros carries enormous historical weight. It fits comfortably in the palm of a hand, yet it survived centuries without damage. Although it appears solid gold, the figure is actually carved from wood and carefully coated with thin sheets of gold leaf. It was recovered from a royal burial site in 1932, immediately setting it apart from other regional finds. More importantly, it provided the first concrete evidence that Mapungubwe society was hierarchically structured. The ruling elite lived elevated above common citizens and controlled the wealth generated through long-distance trade. Why such a complex class system emerged here is unknown. Do you have any idea about it? Well, drop your theory below. Now, let's move to number 8, the Lewis chessmen. We all know that chess has been played for centuries, but few sets carry the mystery and value of the Lewis chessmen. Discovered on the Isle of Lewis in Scotland in 1831, the pieces were carved during the 12th century, most likely in Norway. Originally numbering around 93, the set features kings, queens, bishops, knights, and warders, all sculpted with remarkable detail from walrus ivory and whale teeth. One missing piece resurfaced unexpectedly in 1964, purchased for less than $10 at a Scottish auction. For decades, its true identity went unnoticed. In 2019, experts confirmed it was a long-lost warder from the original Lewis set, instantly raising its value to over $750,000. And the family who owned it for generations had no idea of its importance and could offer no clear explanation for how it became separated from the rest. That unanswered journey remains part of its enduring intrigue. Number 7. The Gantofta Grooves. Near the village of Gantofta in Sweden lies a sandstone outcrop etched with long, deliberate grooves. For generations, these markings were dismissed as practical wear, supposedly caused by people sharpening tools against the rock. That explanation no longer satisfies modern researchers. Close inspection reveals that the grooves are concave and consistent, suggesting motion rather than scraping. Some experts believe they were carved using a pendulum-like movement, possibly involving a rotating object. If true, the markings were intentional rather than accidental. And their placement overlooking the Roe River Valley adds further intrigue. The region was once inhabited by the pitted ware culture around 5,000 years ago, though no firm link has been proven. Some observers claim to see faint facial shapes emerging from the stone, but that may simply be pareidolia. Whether ritualistic, symbolic, or practical, the grooves refuse to conform to simple explanations. They represent a mystery that we still can't solve with AI. Number 6. The James Ossuary. Well, believe it or not, but only a few artifacts have sparked as much controversy as the James Ossuary. The limestone burial box surfaced publicly in 2002, bearing an inscription translated as James, son of Joseph, brother of Jesus. If real, it would represent the earliest archaeological reference to Jesus Christ. The box itself is genuine, dating to the 1st century and consistent with Jewish burial customs of the era. Human remains were found inside, confirming its original use. The dispute centers entirely on the inscription. Critics argue that the lettering was added centuries later to increase its value. Attention quickly turned to Oded Golan, the Israeli antiquities dealer who owned the artifact. He was charged with forgery but ultimately acquitted after a lengthy trial. Despite the verdict, debate continues. Some scholars accept the inscription as authentic, while others remain unconvinced. Without definitive proof either way, the ossuary exists in a gray space between faith, history, and unresolved suspicion. What do you think about it? Number 5. Strange Mexican figurines. Ancient Mexico produced some of the world's most powerful civilizations, but not all their creations are easily understood. Scattered throughout regions like Guanajuato are small figurines, unlike anything else from the era. These unsettling figures feature oversized heads, narrow bodies, and large, dark, almond-shaped eyes. Their appearance has fueled decades of speculation. To some observers, they resemble abstract animals, frogs, toads, or mythological beings. To others, the resemblance to modern depictions of so-called gray aliens feels impossible to ignore. These figurines have been found in varied contexts. Some stand alone, while others appear as decorative elements on bowls, jugs, and ceremonial pottery. No written explanation survives to clarify their purpose. Were they symbolic representations of spiritual entities, artistic exaggerations, or depictions inspired by something the ancient creators believed they had encountered? Without records or proof, the truth remains unreachable. Number 4. The Minaret of Jam. The Minaret of Jam stands in near-total isolation, rising from a remote Afghan valley like a forgotten sentinel. Some view it as the loneliest minaret on Earth. Others see it as the final remnant of a legendary city once called the Turquoise Mountain. What can be confirmed is its age. Built in the 12th century, the tower originally formed part of a vast mosque complex situated beside a river. Faint traces of its foundations are still visible along the riverbank. Historical accounts suggest the surrounding city once supported a rare coexistence of multiple religions, lasting more than a century without recorded conflict, and that fragile harmony ended when Mongol forces swept through the region during the late 13th century. The city vanished, its records destroyed, its people scattered. Only the towering minaret survived. Standing over 200 feet tall, it now leans and slowly deteriorates. Engineers warn that collapse is inevitable. When it falls, the last physical proof of an entire civilization will disappear with it without any evidence. Number 3. The Dragon Houses of Euboea. The name says almost everything. The Dragon Houses of Euboea are stone structures scattered across the mountains of southern Euboea in Greece. Locals have called them dragon houses for generations. The buildings are made entirely without mortar, relying on massive stone slabs fitted together with lintels and joints. Despite the extreme weight of the stones, the structures are still standing today. Engineers still can't fully explain how ancient builders moved and positioned blocks of that size at such elevations. Each structure sits high in the mountains and includes a circular opening in the roof. Local folklore claims the openings were meant for dragons, while the doorways were designed for people. No historical records mention who built them, why they were constructed, or when they were completed. That lack of documentation is unusual for ancient Greece, where written records were common. Archaeologists remain divided. Some believe the buildings had religious or astronomical purposes. Others argue they were used for military reasons or as shelters. But none of these theories fully accounts for the design choices. At number 2, the Kaimanawa Wall. Hidden within New Zealand's Kaimanawa forest lies a structure that refuses to behave like a natural formation. Known as the Kaimanawa Wall, it appears to be constructed from massive rectangular stone blocks fitted together with remarkable precision. Straight lines, clean angles, and evenly spaced seams suggest intentional design rather than geological coincidence. The wall sits near Lake Taupo and bears similarities to stone platforms found on Easter Island. Despite this, official explanations insist it is a natural feature formed over 300,000 years ago. According to scientists, the apparent joints are simply fractures created as volcanic rock cooled. Critics find that difficult to accept. The stones are uniformly shaped and the symmetry feels deliberate. Some locals believe the wall was built by a pre-Maori people known as the Waitaha, long before recorded settlement. Maori oral tradition disputes this, claiming their ancestors were the first inhabitants. With no excavation permitted, the wall remains frozen in debate and questions. Number 1, Creswell Crags, which marks fear, leaves scars long after belief fades. In 17th and 18th century England, witchcraft hysteria gripped entire communities, leading to persecution, imprisonment, and even execution. While the victims are remembered, the fear itself also left marks, literally. At Creswell Crags in Nottinghamshire, a network of ancient caves carries thousands of carved symbols etched into stone walls. These markings are known as apotropaic symbols, designs believed to ward off evil forces and prevent dark spirits from crossing into the human world. When researchers first noticed them, they were dismissed as meaningless graffiti. That assumption collapsed in 2019 when experts confirmed their true purpose. Unlike similar markings found near church doors or wealthy homes, these carvings sit deep inside cave systems. Their placement suggests people once believed witches could summon demons from underground passages. The scary carvings weren't decoration, they were protection. Silent evidence of panic, superstition, and desperation remains frozen in stone, long after the fear itself vanished. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon.